Clearly, being a technological company, most of our startup costs will be developmental. We've estimated the app to cost between $40,000 and $60,000. Clearly, we're asking for $5,000, so where's the rest of that money going to come from? We plan on getting money from family and friends and investing our own money into the progressive development of the app. The $40,000 to $60,000 won't need to be paid until the app's done. It's not like it's a startup cost. It's paid progressively, so we can use investments. Our operating costs, most of them are SG&A. We've accounted for accountants, consultants, a marketing department, and eventually an attorney, because every corporation needs that. Once again, I'm Ari Bossi.
I'm Steven Zelkowitz.
I'm Michelle Roga.
And I'm Michael.
And we highly encourage you to take a look at our advertisement also, because we're very proud of that, and we thank you for our time.
If you guys want to search it, go on Facebook, and it's at WakePads.
All right.
Great job, guys. Very impressive presentation. Great idea. Maybe I missed this in the presentation, but just take me through what your unit profitability would be like. So what are you going to sell it for, and how much does it cost? Not advertising and marketing, just selling price and then cost of goods.
For sure. So our selling price, we have estimated to be around $29.99. So our costs, our COGS per unit, are about $650. So that's going to be accounting for the neoprene foam, the Bluetooth transceiver, and then the centralized pressure sensor. So if you directly subtract COGS from that, you're going to be, you'll be around a $24 profit. So we've incorporated that into our manufacturing fees, because the per unit cost, the $700 that was derived for that, it was worked out in a deal with them based on that equation. And there's more information about that in our financial model that we can walk you through.
Why $29.99? Why not $59.99 or $199?
Sure. So that same market survey that we used to show that 70% of people bought it, we also did a pricing estimate, okay. And they said that they'd be willing to buy something between the price range of $15 and $30. And when we tested above 30 to 50, and then we did like 60 to 90, and then above 100, those were minimally advocated for. It was most heavily weighted in the $15 to $30 price range.
I thought this was really good. I think you guys made a lot of improvements. I like all the surveys and everything, so nice job on that. Can you tell me about the pre-orders? If I went on to sign up for pre-orders, it's sort of like, yeah, I'll probably buy it, or do people know the price point, the timing? What's involved in a pre-order?
So the pre-order, there is no credit card information or anything like that involved. It's not like you're placing an order to get your WakePad. It's really just an indicator of interest, which when our last presentation came around, we talked about how do you know that people are actually going to buy this? And it was more like what the mentors have said to us, you need to find a way to prove that people are going to buy this, even if you don't necessarily know that they're going to pay money. That was what the point of the pre-order was for. So clearly we're not making money off of these pre-orders. It's strictly name, email, comments about the product. Very basic. It's just the fact that people will go to our website and click on that tells us that they want it.
But do they know it's $30 and they said, yeah, I'll buy it for $30? And
yes. They click on the Buy Now button on our website, and through that, it just opens up the survey. So they believe that they're actually buying the product up until they get to the pre-order form.
Right.
Good.
And in addition, we asked for comments. So when people would pre-order, they left us comments, and we have received a lot of positive feedback. Many people say that they look forward to this product, and they want to know about the process of development and when it will be ready. So.
And who will be your main purchaser? Would it be a high school student, or would it be like their parents, or?
It would mostly be the high school student, the parents, and the college kids. But that doesn't mean that they're the only ones that will be purchasing this. They're just who we're targeting mostly. It would also be great for late shift workers, etc. So.
You had mentioned that you're going to spend some money to file a provisional patent, which I think is an interesting idea. Have you looked at the U.S. Patent and Trademark website to see if there are existing patents already in place that might prevent you guys from getting in the market if you're successful?
So yes, we actually have done a search, and we're not lawyers, so it's not like we can go into major depth with it, but from what we were able to tell, Our name is perfectly fine. There are no trademarks for that.
Okay.
And there are no products that are just like our product. And that's from what we can tell. Of course, we'll have to go to a lawyer and have them look through it.
Yeah.
How is it powered?
How's it powered? So the actual engineering of the product, we're still determining. We're working with an engineer, and we believe that the actual construction of the product using technologies that are already being used is very reasonable. And so, as we said before, pressure sensor, Bluetooth transceiver, and it's just like neoprene foam right now. So the actual intricacies are still being worked on with the engineer.
Okay, but how's it powered?
It's battery powered.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of batteries?
Probably. Well, I mean, as I said, the intricacies we're deciding between 2 or 3 right now.
Like 2 or 3 what? I'm sorry.
Two or three batteries. Like that is engineers' work. We are not completely familiar with the exact type of batteries. So I apologize, and we can get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys provided a quote from manufacturers.
Yeah.
How
So
do you
I'm trying.
there's a
That's what.
disconnect?
There's a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to supply it batteries? Or are they disposable batteries?
We provided a rough estimate of what, like the cost of the batteries we would use. They would obviously be, I mean, batteries, as we all know, are in cents. So regardless of the batteries we choose, the estimate we provided accounted for that. We're still determining the exact engineering of it.
Okay.
Can you go to the side of the prototype? Sorry, I don't know if you have a follow-up question.
For the side of the what exactly?
The prototype possibly.
I have one more, but I can wait.
No.
I'll keep going. Okay.
Of course, go ahead.
So, maybe bad timing, but recently I saw on Kickstarter a mat, a pressure-sensitive mat. Have you guys seen that?
Rugged.
Yes, rugged.
Rugged?
Right.
Right.
So how does that? How do you look at that? Is in their price point, I think, was $99.
Exactly, around 100.
Ruggy's an alarm clock. That's not what our product necessarily is. Our product prevents sleeping in past the alarm clock. When you step on Ruggy's mat, the alarm is disabled. That's not going to prevent you from falling back asleep in bed. Our product does that.
Right.
But it's a
Yeah.
pressure. But no, the point. My question really is that it is a pressure-sensitive
But
device to right for alarm. It's basically it's not just an alarm, but it's a pressure-sensitive device. Right? You set it, your alarm goes off, and it won't. Your alarm rings, and you can't shut it off until you're standing on that mat, and you can set it that for however duration you want. So if it's gonna take you a minute to wake up, you can set it for a minute, right?
Right.
By the time you're annoyed, you're probably woken up. So I'm just curious how that,
Exactly.
from a
3 minutes.
competitor standpoint, whether that concerns you, or whether you
Sure.
how you distinguish yourself between that.
Exactly. So, I mean, as Steven started to say, Rugged goes off the concept that you're going to be standing on this thing until, as you said, you're not annoyed, or that you're annoyed. So, there's no Bluetooth technology involved. It starts ringing from the actual pad. So, what we try and do is, the way we're going to differentiate ourselves, we think that the pressure sensitivity is very interesting, but we're going to target the whole fact of people falling back asleep after they turn off the alarm. So nothing stopping you from standing on the rug and falling back asleep, regardless of how long you're on there. If people are determined to get back in bed, they'll get back in bed. The concept of the WakePad is you will have a time you must be up at, and after that, your alarm will relentlessly ring. So, does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
So nice job, great presentation. I like the passion you guys have. Can you just resolve? I'm looking at your investor packet and I'm looking at this. I just want to make sure the prototype development. So you've not done a prototype yet. This is like we're in early concept phase. There's no.
Yes, sir.
And so this is $500 down, and then you're gonna get 110 prototypes.
Yes.
Okay, for $700.
Yes.
Because in your investor packet, it says the first 100 units is going to be 16 grand.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is a discrepancy between the investor packet and this. We've done further research and we've got a new quotes. And a lot of the things that we had to write in the investor packet were strictly for a grade. They were met by a deadline, and this investor packet will have to be changed by.
I wouldn't say that too loudly, by the way.
Well, it's true because that's not the actual pricing.
It had nothing to do with the details.
So the question I guess I have is,
It was due a week ago.
So if you had $1,200 today, you're saying you could have 110 units.
yes,
Yes.
Are you confident of that?
yes.
So do you have the breakdown of what the
Well, one
individual
second.
components cost?
Well, as I told you, yes, the Bluetooth transceiver and all of that, those are surprisingly minuscule costs. We looked into the average cost of a Bluetooth transceiver. We found it was around $3 to $4 actually. As you may know, like when Bluetooth headphones are mass produced, like they need to be getting this stuff for cheap, and I personally expected it to be a lot more expensive. It's fairly moderate. But obviously, this is not set in stone by any means. Like when the manufacturing process is very complex. You get a product back, you don't like it, you send it back. So if we had $1,200, no, we wouldn't have 110 flawless units. There'd definitely be some things we'd have to work out. This is just our best path from this point on, and your money would help us like figure out the best steps to take after this.
So my question is on the one. How long would it take to get 100% back? Is my only question.
To get 100% back?
Like, what's the timing? Like, if you had $1,200 today, is that like you get it back in 3 months or a month or?
They'll be sending us a prototype of the product, and we tell them whether we like it, and if we don't like the product that they give to us through the mail, we tell them exactly what we don't like.
Yep.
We send back that prototype. They make it to how we like it. They send it to us. And if we say we like it, then they immediately start
And the
manufacturing.
process itself is around 4.5 to 5 months.
So 4.5 to 5 months to get the prototype?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've been working like via Skype with them and like communicating with them. So this is constantly something that we're working with. It's not like set in stone. So.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Of course, thank you.